Gabby Petito was just reported missing just a few days ago. She was last seen traveling in a van with her fiance, Brian, and y'all, he came back to Florida where they were living. She was not with him, and he is not cooperating with law enforcement, with investigators, with attorneys, with her family. He ain't saying a word. And now, something else has come out. There was a couple that was murdered in the same area where Brian and Gabby were when they had an alleged argument and the police were called. Yes, this couple right here was found murdered. So now they're looking into see if there's any connections in that. We're going to read the latest article put out by The Sun. I do want to give a shout out to The Sun because this article is very detailed, very informative, and I just would like to read that, and then let's discuss. Let's see what we can find out. Let's see if we can help find Gabby and find some justice for some of these families. And I will link the article below in the description, so be sure you click that and go over it. Utah investigators reportedly said on Wednesday they are not eliminating a possible connection between the 22-year-old traveler who was reported missing on September 11th and two newlyweds who were fatally shot at a campground near Moab. Y'all, look at here. I guess these are the ones. Kylan and Crystal were found dead by a friend in the mountain range in Utah. These were the last seen surveillance footage images of the two. Now, Petito and her fiance, Brian, who has been named by cops as person of interest in her disappearance and Gabby Petito's disappearance, reportedly got into a fight on August the 12th, just days before she went missing. Now, we're going to get into the other couple, I'm guessing, here later on. Days after the incident, which cops were called to a married couple, was found shot dead at a campsite shortly after texting friends that a man had allegedly been creeping them out. Kylan and Crystal were found dead by a friend in the mountain range in Utah, the La Salle mountain range area, I guess, in Utah, on August the 18th, 5 days after they were last seen at Woody's Tavern in Moab on August the 13th, according to Fox News. The couple had been married for just 4 months and lived in a camper van, Fox 13 reports. On Wednesday afternoon, a spokesman for the Grand County Sheriff's Office told Fox News, "We're looking at everything. I mean, anything and everything that was suspicious around that time. We're not ruling out anything at this time. So we're just investigating the information as it comes in." The spokesman also noted that a suspect had not been found in the newlyweds' fatal shooting. Additionally, Schultz held a job at a grocery store called Moonflower, the same location where Gabby Petito and her fiancé got into an argument. The closeness of time and location have led investigators to speculate whether the two incidents could be linked. On Wednesday, a newly revealed report said Petito was in hysterics after a physical fight with her fiancé that led police to stop their van on August the 12th in Moab, Utah. The full police report of the incident between Gabby and her fiancé revealed that Gabby was sitting in the van's passenger seat crying uncontrollably after their fight when a cop pulled up to their vehicle. Gabby and her fiancé were stopped by police after they were spotted driving 45 in a 15-mile-per-hour area. They were pulled over after driving off from an incident at the Moonflower Co-op in Moab, where a witness said he noticed Gabby hit her fiancé, during a verbal fight. After Officer Daniel Scott said a witness noticed Laundrie and Gabby arguing over a phone before the pair drove away. Witness says he saw Gabby hitting Brian in the arm through the driver's window as if Brian had locked her out, the police report states. Gabby got into the van through the driver's side window before the pair drove away, according to the report. The Moab City, Utah police report obtained by the Sun states, at no point in my investigation did Gabrielle stop crying, breathing heavily, or compose a sentence without needing to wipe away tears. It also notes there were no significant injuries reported, and both agreed that Gabby suffers from serious anxiety, etc. It appeared that this incident was more accurately categorized as a mental/emotional health break than a domestic assault. Both the male and the female reported they are in love and engaged to be married and desperately didn't wish to see anyone charged with a crime, the report states. Laundrie reportedly told the officer that he had been traveling with Gabby for about 4 to 5 months and their arguments escalated. That time created emotional strain between them and increased the number of arguments, the report reads. The police report also stated that following an evaluation of the totality of the circumstances, the situation was not believed to reach a level of domestic assault as much as that of a mental health crisis. I then determined the most appropriate course of action would be to help separate the parties for the night so they could reset their mental states without interference from one another. And although they did express a desire to remain together, they both ultimately agreed, the report adds. The pair spent the night apart afterward. Gabby stayed in the van and Laundrie stayed at a nearby hotel, and the police report also noted that both had their phones in case of an emergency. And now, weeks later, officers are saying Laundrie is hindering this investigation by not cooperating with them. Florida's Northport Police Department said in a statement on Wednesday, Brian Laundrie is a person of interest in this case. Northport Police Chief Todd Garrison added, as a father, I can imagine the pain and suffering Gabby's family is going through. We are pleading with anyone, including Brian, to share information with us on her whereabouts in the past few weeks. Garrison added, the lack of information from Brian is hindering this investigation. The answers will eventually come out. We will help find Gabby, and we will help find anyone who may be involved in her disappearance. Cops also confirmed in a statement on Wednesday that Laundrie returned to his parents' house in Florida on September 1st, almost 2 weeks before Petito's family, Gabby's family, became concerned and reported her missing. Gabby and Laundrie were traveling together in a white van that was seized from his parents' home on Saturday. Local police asked for witnesses who may have seen the van in the previous weeks to contact them as Laundrie continues to refuse to speak to them. The couple lived in Florida for the past 2 years, having met in high school in New York, her family said. They have been documenting their van life travels on their social media accounts and set up a YouTube channel just 3 weeks ago to chronicle their adventures through the national state parks. A map reveals the final movements of Gabby before she went missing last month. These are the two that were married and found dead. One of them was working at that grocery store. It said that Gabby and Brian got in a fight at. Y'all, this is hella sketchy. Hella sketchy. And a suspect had not been found in the newlyweds' fatal shooting. Hella sketchy to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is Gabby's parents. And they have been pleading with anybody who has any information, anybody who has seen their daughter, to please contact police. Please contact somebody and let them know. I'm a mother of a daughter, and y'all, I couldn't imagine. This makes me so emotional. Like, it really does. And I know I've spoke briefly about my best friend, my sister, who is not here no more. She got took in a tragic way. This girl's absolutely beautiful. She didn't deserve this. I don't know what happened to her, but I've got a very bad feeling about it. And especially since he is not even cooperating or saying anything. Like, y'all, this breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. This is the van they were traveling in. If you have seen this van, like in the Utah, Wyoming area, any of the national parks, please. Or even, because see, he went from the last known location where Gabby was at. She allegedly sent her mom a text from Wyoming and said no service. But her mama said she don't know if that was Gabby or not. So, I would say from Utah, and see, he drove back to Florida, and she wasn't with him. So, somebody has had to have seen him travel from Utah, from Wyoming, to Florida in this van over the past few weeks. If you have been traveling in that area the past few weeks, please let somebody know. Contact law enforcement. I'm going to link all the contact info in the description below. Please contact somebody. Go through your memories. Go through your pictures if you were traveling. You never know. You could have this, in the background. You could have information that you're sitting on and you don't even know it. Like, you get what I'm saying? You could have took a picture and, something had been in the background that might be of interest to law enforcement. Please just go through your memories. Go through your pictures. If you took videos, go through your videos. If you were in anywhere around Utah, Wyoming, and then en route to Florida over the past few weeks. I mean, this girl didn't just disappear into thin air. And this stuff is happening more and more every day to women. I mean, they just disappear and nobody knows where they went. Nobody's ever charged. I mean, we got to do something, y'all. This family deserves answers. Her friends deserve answers. People deserve justice. So, like I said, if you were traveling in that area, please contact somebody. Please. Click the link. Any of the links in the description below. Y'all, we got to help find this girl or find out what happened to her. Gabby, if you're out there, and I pray that you're okay. Gabby, if you're out there, people are not giving up. Nobody's going to stop talking until you're found, until something is done to whoever done something. Like, it's unreal how these women can just vanish into thin air. Because like I said, it's happening more and more every day, every single day. It's happening around my little small town every day, and nobody says anything. Nobody's ever arrested. Nobody's ever, it's not even brought to the media. It's not even brought to light. Nobody knows where these women are. If you've seen this van, please step up and say something. Please. If you know anything, if this man has confided into you about anything, please come forward. You do not want that on your conscience. Just think, if this was your daughter, if this was your granddaughter, if this was your niece, your best friend, your sister, please help find this girl. Now, this is the latest timeline that was put together by Daily Mail, I believe. So shout out to Daily Mail. You can screenshot this, pause it, read it, go over it if you want to. If you were in any of these areas, I'd say over the past couple of months, please, like I keep saying, check your memories, check your phones, check your pictures, your videos. Try to remember if you've seen that van or seen either Gabby or Brian, because you never know. You might think your information isn't relevant, but I mean, it could be huge in finding this girl or finding out what happened to Gabby. Now, I'm going to post a picture again of the van because I think it is very important. They were traveling across the country in this van and have been for months. Now, I know these vans, people are buying these vans and, converting them into campers. Some are. So I know there's quite a few of these, but that one is kind of distinct looking. Please, if you were in any of the national parks, any of the state parks, out in the West, out in the Midwest, please try to remember if you've seen Gabby. It's very important. Like I said, I will link all of the contact info. If you have information, please click the description below this video. And I don't know, y'all, we got to help find Gabby. We got to help find her. Like I keep saying, there's so many women, young ladies, kids that are coming up missing and nobody can find them. They're not just vanishing into clear air. Somebody is out there doing this to people and they got to be held accountable. They got to suffer the consequences. You can't do this to people. You can't do this to people's families. I'm praying for the family, and I'm praying this girl is found, and I'm praying justice is served. I'm definitely going to start doing more cases, and I'm going to cover more missing cases, missing women, missing kids, because it's becoming a pattern, and the pattern's got to stop. Somebody's got to break the cycle. We got to keep these names in the media. We got to keep people aware. This stuff is going on. We can't just let these people go mute, let these people go silent, and let people get away with doing evil things. Please share this video. Thank you for watching.